Guys, happy Monday. Just wanted to do a quick weekend video update. So as posted in the Discord, right below there, we saw this wave 2 bounce occur. So from this point onwards, there's two very clear scenarios, at least in my head, that I am monitoring, right? Number one is, first, we know this is the downtrend channel holding its resistance, and this is the downtrend channel holding as support. You can see where we got rejected on Friday as a false breakout of this channel, right, which we dumped. And again, we pretty much, right, the reason we bounced is we bounced off of the support, which is great, but the problem is we have once again pushed against this channel resistance, right? So it's very clear, if the bulls want to take over, they would, again, this is the bull case scenario, right, where we bounced off of channel support in a bigger, as you can see, this is the trend line holding as support, holding as resistance, right? And you can see that in the bigger scheme of things, right, this was your A wave, your B wave, and if we are to have this breakout C wave bounce, right, like I said, we would need to break over this channel about 3670, right, 3670 to be completely fair. Like, I think the level to break out would be over 3700. If we get a break of 3700 and it holds, then I think we definitely have a shot at rallying to 4000. Otherwise, if this is a wave 2 and a wave C, right, as you can see here, this is a channel, and if we are looking for a tag of the bottom channel, then it's likely going to get rejected 3670-ish, right? And then we have a 345 and a C wave lower. So those are honestly the two counts that I am watching, right? Either we're going to reject the channel and go back to the bottom, or we're going to break out and have a nice rally. But given that this is earnings season, it's going to be very interesting to see which of the two counts are going to play out, right? And you can use, again, the dollar as a clue, right? For now, you can see, again, the reason we rallied overnight is this level, right? If I go to the weekly chart of the dollar, you can see that this level at 113.2 has been giving a lot of, resistance for dollar bulls. And as a result, it's been struggling there, right? So again, this is kind of the level that you can watch out for, right? If dollar is to break over 103.3, let's say, right, then the market will likely sell off, right? But as long as this maintains its resistance, and if dollar bulls can get back over this, then there's a high probability that we could come test the bottom of this channel, right? What is this channel? Holding as support, holding as resistance. We come test the bottom of this channel before we move higher, which could give the bulls the the gas that it needs to push higher. And again, same for the yields, right? Though we are looking for a tag of the upper channel, the yields are struggling at 4%, right? Which could, again, mean a test of lower demand before it goes higher, which could give, again, equity bulls some fuel for a rally to 3900. So yeah, those are kind of the key measures that I'm watching, right? 4% on the yields, 113.3 on the dollar, right? And about 3700 for a breakout on ES if it wants to be able to push up to 3900. I am still watching this as a primary scenario, right? Because I think it would make most sense to go tag the lower channel and then start a larger rally, right, to the upside for a test of 4300, right? This is the A wave bottom before we push. But again, be open, right? It's earnings season. Anything can go either way. So that's the reason you got to be prepared for both scenarios. So yeah, with that being said, I have a watch list for this week, right? And so again, this watch list, as you can see, it's very clear that the market could flip one of two ways, right? Which means you have to be able to play both sides of this watch list. But I have found some stocks that could, eventually move in this direction. And one of them is CCJ, right? You can see that this is the channel. It broke the channel and it's been sideways for about a year, right? So this is distribution at the top for like a whole year. So I think CCJ is a very interesting stock, right, to look at. And again, I want you to, kind of keep this on your watch list, like for when, right? This is for when it breaks. You can see it has a very clear head and shoulders pattern forming. And again, if we are bullish, right, we could easily see CCJ bounce off of this before it breaks down, which means it could break next week or the week after that, right? But this would make a very good trade, right? When this neckline for this head and shoulders on CCJ breaks, it won't have any support till it comes down to 15 bucks. So yeah, though it broke this trend line, and that's why it dumped, right? Wait for it to test the support, bounce a little, and when it breaks that support, this would make a really good short. So I just wanted to point this out. It may break down this week, it may not, right? But this is definitely a stock that's a great short in the coming few weeks. So keep an eye on this one. And the next one that I have, right? The next watch list that I have for this week is MU, right? And for MU, I have both bull and bear cases, right? Depending on which way the index breaks. The bear is, again, you can see MU has been in this downtrend channel, right? And if this is just an oversold bounce, it'll likely break below 52.5, which is the bear trigger, right? Break into this channel, probably will test the lower bound of the channel. Alternatively, right, if this is gonna hold as a breakout for MU, right, this would be your A wave, this is your B wave, and MU would go on a C wave, right? So if we break over this previous high of 55.7-ish, then MU has a shot to run up to 60 bucks. So kind of the bull and bear cases I have on MU, right? You can see which of the two pivots it triggers. The next one I have is ZIM. So ZIM is more an oversold bounce play, right? On the daily chart, you can see this is the channel holding a support, right? And if I go to the MACD, we probably see it has bullish divergence and it's crossed up. So it has some level of bullish divergence going on. So if it breaks over 26.5, then it should be able to run up to, you know, previous resistance at 33 at least. So I have ZIM calls on here. It's more of an oversold bounce play, right? And we clearly have this channel going on. So we could definitely see a move up to that channel if the indexes allow that, right? So as long as it stays over 25, 24, it could possibly see that move up on ZIM. The next one I have is Mrna, right? And the reason for that is it's pushed up right against prior level of resistance on Mrna. And we are just kind of in this upward sloping channel with the gap to fill here. So for me, both bull and bear case, I do see a move down at least to like 123, right? If you're bullish, I think this would be your A, your B with the C wave to the upside. And if you're bearish, this is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, as long as it stays below 137, right? That would kind of be where I would stop out of my puts. I think Mrna would be able to come down to 123. Let's see if the indexes kind of allow that kind of movement, right? And the last one I have is Microsoft, and Microsoft again would be a play for both directions, right? On the 30-minute chart, you can see this is the trend line holding as resistance, and it's kind of where Microsoft has rejected, right? So on the 4-hour chart, you can see this clearly the area of resistance for Microsoft. So if we do break over 237, then we should be able to run up to 250, right? You would have that channel break. However, if we reject here, then it's very likely Microsoft comes down to 220, 215 to the bottom of this channel holding a support. So again, a good stock to play both ways. So that's all for this week, right? As stated, watch this channel breakout, right? If it breaks out, we would be able to move up to 3,900 with the dollar again as a clue. If it starts to break below 112, then we're probably going to go retest like 109, right? And if the yields, again, here you can see if the yields start to break 3.8, then again, it's probably going to come down to test 3.6. Otherwise, right, if we do have a firm rejection here on this channel holding as resistance, and the dollar gets over 113.3 and the yields get over 4%, it's very likely we come test the bottom of this channel. So I just wanted to make a quick video update on that. Stay nimble. Have a great day.